Hi, I'm Sue from San Antonio, Texas. I had my first abortion in January 1980, 40 years ago, when I was 16 years old, because I was a good girl. I didn't want my family or friends to know I had gotten pregnant. I had my second abortion 14 years later because the baby's father, the man I was engaged to, told me that the only way we could stay together was abort the baby. I wanted the baby, but I didn't want to lose him. He lied to me. After the abortion, he left anyway. During both abortion procedures, I was treated like I was on an assembly line that had time limits to get me and everyone else through. I was not a person, I was just a source of revenue. I was awake for both. I never saw the doctors, I only saw the nurses. The second one was so painful, but there was nothing I could do. Immediately after the first abortion, I was relieved, and the unwanted, unplanned pregnancy was no longer a problem. I thought that I could get on with my life. After the second one, the immediate effects were very different. I came home that night and wanted God to take my life. I didn't want to wake up the next morning. I could not face what I had done. I thought abortion was the unpardonable sin. As time went on after the first abortion, effects manifested themselves over the years without me realizing the cause. I was very depressed. I had low self-esteem. I became an emotional eater and gained a lot of weight. I became very promiscuous. After the second one, I thought I knew what to expect because I'd already had another one, but the effects were more intense. I suffered from severe depression, guilt, and regret. They were overwhelming. I was affected physically. I continued to overeat to kill the emotional pain and suffered from physical pain from the stress of carrying the guilt. Every year I remembered the dates of my two abortions, and I remembered the dates that my two babies were supposed to have been born. After I got married, I didn't know if I could get pregnant or stay pregnant. My husband and I had two sons, but had complications during both pregnancies. We also suffered 3 miscarriages between them. All the problems were more than likely consequences of the abortions. I found help and forgiveness over several years. I took a Forgiven and Set Free Bible study, and 10 years later, I took a Surrendering the Secret Bible study. These changed my life. I was finally to accept God's forgiveness and healing and hope. He gave me the gift of writing poetry. He gave me a poem from Jesus to any post-abortive woman. I was there that day you made the choice to follow false hope and not my voice. I watched and wept as you lay in fear and gave up the child I held so dear. I saw you pick up the bondage chains that shackled your life to Satan's pain. Darkness and numbness, his icy hand, start shaping your life not as God planned. The shame and regret, anger and fear, engulfing your heart, there is no cheer. My daughter, listen, it's time the chains fall from your life and loose the pain. Forgiveness I give, there is no price. My cross has crushed his hand of ice. Walk from his darkness into my light. My soft, gentle voice will lead you right. Your beautiful scars will always be the proof that my light will shine through thee. Walk now in fullness, peace, joy, and love. I love you, my child. Sign Jesus above. Thank you. I am truly forgiven and set free now and no longer have a secret. I know that my 5 children, Sarah Elizabeth, Maggie Jane, Grace Noel, Joseph Benjamin, and Julia Bell, are in heaven, and I will see them again someday. I have been working with the Abortion Hurts God Heals Ministry and the Justice Foundation to help women heal from their abortions. I will be silent no more.